the KMOV Broadcast Center in downtown St. Louis. This is News 4 with breaking news.
And right now, Powerhouse Sky Zoom 4 is above the breaking news here in North St. Louis City. I want to point out the white truck you see now hidden behind that bus. That is a Spire truck. Spire, a natural gas company. The one there trying to get around, it looks like he's kind of trapped in this area. That truck was stolen from Shrewsbury, we understand, from Spire earlier today, and they have been tracking it throughout the afternoon. Spire says that so many of their vehicles have GPS trackers in it. So they've been monitoring this car throughout the day, and then police were able to locate it near the Collinsville area. No indication of any police officers in the control room. If you're able to see any of the police officers, of course, let us know. No, they're saying no one are here.
Right now, turning there, they're going to know where this person's going because of that GPS. Here we go, Interstate 64.
Right there,
and it
turning.
looks like, yep, and this is what we thought might happen. This person is now using the auxiliary ramp there, getting on Interstate 64, headed westbound, I believe. I'll get a better idea right here as he's merging onto I-64. And this is where we've seen these chases ramp up to some pretty high speeds because you've got some open highway.
It's right around the time that you hit Forest Park, right, especially right near the zoo there. Well, he seems to be, Chris. No?
Looks like he is getting off here.
He's getting off the Kings Highway right at Barnes Hospital.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if that's Kings. Oh, that is Kings Highway there. All right, so he is now headed toward the hospital complex. And obviously, this is a very busy area as well. So here he goes.
A lot of stoplights there as he makes his way down toward the Central West End. So on his left side would be one side of Forest Park. On his right side would be Barnes Jewish Hospital. You'll start to see, and Children's Hospital as well, making his way through.
Yeah, and
again, not obeying. He went right through a red light.
He's going to be passing Forest Park Parkway, Lindell Boulevard, and then he would eventually be making his way back to Delmar. It looks like, he is turning right there at the site of the 100 tower construction in a very congested area, a very busy area, and this is exactly the type of place, Claire, that police do not want to see somebody driving through in a reckless manner. You're seeing him drive through these four-way intersections. Here you go, not stopping at all. You've got cross traffic going. At one point abiding by the traffic laws, at the next point blowing through intersections. Now reaching, it's fair to say, high speeds on city streets as this person is driving through St. Louis.
Brian, if you're able to, producer Brian, give us an indication if you're able to hear from Nick and where he's talking, where exactly he is. On the right
side, I believe that was the scene earlier in Illinois.
On the right side of your screen, that's what happened earlier. Left side is what's playing out as we speak. On the right side, video of the suspect swerving to get off the interstate 55 and 70 into East St. Louis. Again, if you're just joining us, we have been tracking this stolen Spire truck now for going on maybe 45 minutes. That's when police picked up this chase in the Collinsville area. This Spire truck stolen out of Shrewsbury in St. Louis County earlier today. The last police chase that we covered here on News 4 Live like this, a number of police cars were surrounding the vehicle. This, Chris, is something different that we have seen.
Yeah, absolutely. And in this case, I'm trying to read the cross streets as this Spire truck flies through the city of St. Louis. And
it's been about 20 minutes that he's been in the city of St. Louis.
Yeah, and for the most part on city streets, trying to read some of the cross streets.
That's another thing to think about.
You can see a person walking right there in the intersection.
You saw the school bus that he just drove by. It's the time of the afternoon. A lot of kiddos are still being dropped off from the school bus. A lot of people leaving work at this time. We are really knocking on the door of rush hour traffic.
At this point, we don't see the police right on his tail. Of course, we know that the police know where I keep saying he, should say he or she, because we have not gotten a good look at the driver, and now making a U-turn, getting impatient there, deciding not to wait, and now going back the other direction.
I'm envisioning a lot of you doing what we're doing here in our studio, up close to the TV, watching this play. Chief Meteorologist Steve Templeton just walked over to see what's going on. That's what's happening in our newsroom right now, as we are still working to make phone calls to figure it out, exactly calling St. Louis City Police, St. Louis County Police. They have systems at their company that they're able to track where exactly this truck has gone throughout the day, where exactly it is. So no doubt police know exactly where this individual is.
These are definitely residential side streets.
You see the homes on both sides of the streets here.
Yeah, and I am looking, and I am not seeing, a street name there, but this person is just weaving in and out of these city streets, trying to decide where they're going. I believe they've now made their way over to the north side. Now going on what, 45 minutes, Claire?
That we have picked it up. Obviously, they have been tracking this vehicle throughout the day. We want to see, obviously, how this all unfolds. And in the meantime, hope that everybody, perhaps, who encounters this individual stays safe.
And one of the things, of course, our newsroom is going to be asking, Claire, I am sure that our newsroom is on the phone right now, or at least reaching out to the marketing folks over there at Spire, trying to figure out, was this a crime of opportunity? Was this utility truck parked at a job site and somebody just jumped in with the keys in the car and decided to take off? We picked it up in Collinsville.
Right.
You see this thing on the interstate over there in the Metro East, crossing into St. Louis, Maffett and Prairie right now. That is the cross street that this chase has now made its way to.
Yeah, turning left, going in and out of streets, residential areas. We thought perhaps the individual in the car was going to get out. The one thing that I keep looking at is obviously the yellow cooler in the back keeps sliding. The individual was for some reason not near the truck, and somebody else walked up, got in, drove off. The number of police departments that are now involved in this. Sky Zoom 4, Nick Zervos and the chopper obviously keeping a very close eye on it.
And one of the things that we often talk to police about, what kind of measures do they take to try to bring these things to a peaceful resolution? Sometimes we hear about spike strips. That might be something they might try to put down to blow this person's tires out, to bring this thing to an end. Have not seen that yet. And perhaps it's because this person has been so erratic. Let's think about this. If you've got a chase on the interstate, we know that person is headed westbound or eastbound, and they might have an opportunity to get ahead of that car, a couple of exits up ahead, to throw those spike strips out. But in a case like this, all right, he's pulling up behind a dumpster here. Let's keep an eye on this. But in a case like this, here we go. Somebody getting out of the car here.
Getting out of the car.
And going for a walk. Doesn't appear that they're surrendering. Someone wearing just a number 3 t-shirt
Red
there.
t-shirt.
Just deciding to take a walk there. And it will be really interesting to see.
Locust near Compton. That is where, crossing the street now. Okay,
Yeah,
near
so-
the Urban Chestnut Brewery, if you happen to be familiar with the area.
And so here we go. We've got police pulling
Police
up. on the other side.
officers, an unmarked vehicle then pulling up, obviously.
And they've got
Officers
their
telling him
guns
to put his
drawn.
hands up. He's very peacefully going to the ground. Hands are up. 2 unmarked police vehicles.
And it appears this individual is surrendering to police. He does have his hands up. And handcuffs are now going on. And they're bringing this individual into custody. He is on the ground, in the street. These are plainclothes officers
In unmarked vehicles.
that are making this arrest out there in the center of the street on Locust.